New armor. What is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us once again on the Dstar01 channel. I'm your host, Dexter Arafiles. Today we'll be unboxing, well, not really unboxing because I already built this model, the Kotobukiya Max Armor Mega Man X from Mega Man X3, aka also known as Rockman X. This is a brand new model kit from Kotobukiya, and we're going to go over paint and detail, articulation and scale, and accessories. In the paint and detail section, I will also be talking about the building process of this figure and the problems that I came across it. So, before we do that, I want to let you know you can get this at www.dstartoys.com. You'll learn about awesome action figures. So enough of me talking, let's get right into this review. Now, when it comes to building this guy, my goodness, this took me 3 hours to make. Yes, this guy has way more parts than the original Kotobukiya Mega Man X model kit. Each of the individual colored pieces have their own sprues, so it just amplified how much more time it takes to build this guy. There is a lot of pieces to this, so you need to set some time apart, at least 3 hours to get this guy perfect. I had to sand it down and everything like that. The tools that I used these diamond files. I just used the 180 to sand down all that excess plastic. And my choice of nipper is the Gundam Planet Nipper. You can find all this stuff down in the description down below. I'll put down links. And for putting in the parts, I have these micro pliers right here. Let's talk about the build process. Besides the fact that it took forever to make, was it easy? Yes, it's absolutely easy. Everything just snaps together perfectly. If you have problems snapping it together, that means it is not supposed to be that way, and please look at the manual. Now let's talk about the manual here. Most of it is in Japanese. Unfortunately, there is no English here, so you're just going to have to go with the pictures. Which, by the way, I have to tell everybody, since it's not in English, let's look right here. If you're looking at the Z-Saber here, let's try. So the Z-Saber right here, I thought it came with an LED, the Millite 360. I thought it would come with it, but it does not. Let me repeat that. It does not come with the Millite 316, so you do not get that light up effect. That is so unfortunate, considering that you're going to spend about $65 on this model kit and you don't get a light. Last I checked, HLJ.com has this light, but unfortunately it is back ordered, so you cannot get it right now. Oh my goodness! So you cannot get an LED light with this action figure and model kit. So that's something I just have to get out of the way. If you were thinking, because you saw in the pictures, especially in the pictures that you see online and stuff like that, he comes with a Z-Saber that lights up. No, let me correct that. No light up feature. You have to buy that separately. So let's talk about the paint and detail of this action figure. Let's get some light back on him. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Straight from Mega Man X3, I absolutely love the Max Armor white armor. This looks very, very nice. We do not get a matte finish. Instead, we kind of have like this satin finish all over this guy, and it gives it a really nice look, especially when the light hits it. I love all the colors, from the yellow, the orange, the white, even the green and stuff like that. It is very, very nice once you get this guy all together. All of your hard work, you're going to realize, wow, this thing is an absolute masterpiece when it comes to a model kit from Mega Man X. One more thing I have to say right here. When it comes to the V that's on his helmet, you have a choice of whether you want the red or you can give it a solid orange. I decided to give it a red right here. So that's the color choice that I went right there. So you do have a choice. Like I said before, you can go with the orange either for his ears or the ears on the helmet here. And the V right there, you can go orange, but I decided to go with red. And stuff like that. So yeah, when it comes to paint and detail, it looks absolutely amazing. I love the Max Armor. As you can see right here, just take a second to look at that. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, let's talk about articulation and scale. Let's see how tall this guy is standing. He is standing at about 5¼ inches, almost 5.5, and of course we got to compare it with the D-Arts Mega Man X. This is the old school 2012 Mega Man X. As you can see, he is much taller than him, and he is scaled much bigger, so it's not truly a 1/12 scale, even though it says 1/12 scale. Then again, I also like to think that the Mega Man X3 Mega Man is indeed a little bit bigger than Mega Man. Alright, and here we have a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. As you can see, he towers over him. Mostly Marvel Legends is bigger, on the bigger side when it comes to 1/12 scale. And here is an SH Figure Arts Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. And last but not least, we have the Kotobukiya Mega Man. Give me 1 second as I realize he is not together. And there you have it. There is the Charge Armor Limited Edition Mega Man. Now let's talk about these two real quick. They're about the same scale. Last time I talked about this figure, I said that the shoulder joints have an issue, and a lot of people have been like, oh, well, there's ways to fix it. Let me just tell you right now, the Max Armor Edition actually listened to us and fixed it. Instead of a single joint that we have here, like this, there's actually now 2 joints that go into the shoulder, so you no longer have this issue. Thank you, Kotobukiya, for listening to us. Wow, I really appreciate that. They definitely put a little bit more engineering into this one, so you have a damn near perfect Mega Man X Max Armor. Let's talk about articulation. We have a ball joint here that you have to build. We have a single joint knee right there. We have ball joint here at the upper thigh. We have 2 right here in the midsection for maximum twistability and rotatability. We do get much better shoulder joints in comparison to the original, so now he can hug himself better. That's pretty cool, so you can get all your poses down. Here's one more thing I have to tell you as I pull this out. This is incredibly loose when you first build it, so I highly recommend you get some of the Kiki Fix-It joint. I highly recommend this stuff. This is the absolute best stuff for fixing loose joints. This will tighten it up really, really nice. But unfortunately, right out of the box, you do not get those tight joints. You've got to tighten it up. Let me just tell you right now. We got bend at the elbow. We get this kind of joint. We get a peg joint here at the wrist, which you also have to build, and 2 at the neck, looking to be well above 20 points of articulation. And you can get all his famous poses down, especially with the Z-Sword. That looks absolutely amazing. We can get a Mega Man run going. You can have him when he slides. That looks really cool right there. Front kick, side kick, all your favorite poses can be achieved with this model kit. Let's talk about accessories. You do not get any blaster shot. You're going to have to get the hyperchip version of this figure, which I also have, and that will be showing tomorrow. Let me tell you in advance that figure is good, but I do have some issues with it, which we will go over tomorrow. So no blaster shot, unfortunately, but instead you do get the Z-Saber, which comes apart like so. You have to pull out the bottom. You also have to build this, and you do get an extra little bit, and this is for the Milllight 316 that you have to put in there in order for it to light up. But since I do not have a Milllight 316 right now, I cannot get that. I cannot get it to light up. So unfortunate, so unfortunate. You gotta build this, and I have to say the Z-Saber looks absolutely amazing. Let's do a closer look here, and this looks really, really, really cool. Another thing I have to tell you, it even tells you in the manual, you will be getting extra parts for some weird reason. I honestly don't know why. I'm assuming this is used when you want to interchange parts. For instance, if you just want the white boots on this Mega Man, you might need these extra parts. I honestly do not know. I will be just keeping it like this because, for one, this belongs to my good friend Daniel Hernandez. I built this for him because he purchased it for my store. So yeah, I built it for him, and that looks really cool. And let's see, he comes with extra hands. Same size. If you thought they would get smaller, no, these hands are the same size. I know some people were arguing in the comments down below. No, these hands are too big. No, they're just right. You know what? In my opinion, I do not mind them. These look really cool. And also, in comparison with the older Mega Man, you do get one with the Z-Saber hand right there. So that looks really cool. And of course, you get this regular hand right here. So that's about it when it comes to accessories. Really what you're paying for when it comes to extra accessories is this awesome Z-Saber. Really love this effect piece, or whatever you want to call it. More or less just an accessory, not necessarily an effect piece. So that looks really cool. Also, you get 3 faces total. You get this one, which is the grinning face and the yelling face. This is the same faces that you get with the original Mega Man. And this is how you take it out. You just pull it like so. And let's put the open mouth one. And that's it right there. That looks really cool. And of course, let's take that out. And let's go with the grinning one. Like so. And that is a side grin right there. That looks really cool. So we're going to leave that there. Let's come up with a conclusion of this figure. I always like to start off with a negative so we can end in a positive. The biggest negative that I have of this figure took forever. Wow, 3 hours. Way longer than it took with this guy. This guy took me about an hour to make, knowing that also that when I made this guy, I had 2 of these under my belt. That means I have made 2 of these already. And it was actually quite easy to make because I already knew where all the parts go. And I thought the max armor version would be the same thing, but no, that is not the case. We're talking about way more sprues, way more pieces when it comes to this figure, so it's going to take longer. You're going to have to spend some time with it. So yeah, that is my biggest negative. Let's see, another negative. Kind of sad that these come in loose, but this was a super easy fix with Kiki joint tightening solution. Let me think, anything else? Oh yeah, no LED light, unfortunately, even though it's on the box, but you've got to understand Japanese, which I don't, to see that it is not included. So I'm telling you right now, it is not included. You're going to have to find a green Millite 316 in order to light up the Z-Saber. And I think that's it when it comes to negatives. Let's talk about positives. Wow, I absolutely love the white armor Mega Man. This is definitely worth it in my opinion, especially if you're a Mega Man fan like me. Yeah, you get all the stuff that you need to get him together, like the hands and stuff like that. You don't get a blaster effect piece, unfortunately, but you know what? We get an awesome Z-Saber from Zero. That looks really cool. Hopefully we'll be getting a Zero model kit sometime soon. And he looks really cool with the other Mega Man, which is the limited edition charge shot version, which I also have at www.dstar01toys.com, where I just source some action figures. Again, I highly recommend this if you're a fan of Rockman and Mega Man X. And yeah, that's about it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And tomorrow, I will be reviewing the Hyper Chip version. And I'll see you guys next time.
Hey you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe right here, right there, right here. Yeah.